Hey folks, this is Matt, and I am doing a quick demo today of a Line 6 Pod 2.0 as well as the accompanying Line 6 FB4 floorboard switch that comes along with it. And I'm going to show you some sounds on this unit, not everything, there's a lot of sounds on this, but I'll just show you a few so you can get a sense of how it works in case you're not familiar with it. This is a great little unit. It has treated me well. I've used it for recording at home. I used it a couple of times at church, but other than that, it hasn't left the house. So it's in good shape. It'll treat you well. All right, I'm going to start here on a Fender black panel setting. I'm on the neck pickup of a Les Paul Gold Top, running direct through the Line 6 pod right into the computer. Alright, stepping back one, we go to the Tweed Blues. This is meant to sound like a Fender Bassman. And if I adjust the EQ a bit and switch over to my bridge pickup, you can really hear that Fender Bassman chiminess come through. Nice setting right there. I'm going to step back one more to the small Tweed. Again, this is a Fender emulation. This sounds great with a little more overdrive on it. We can give things a little reverb to fill them out. Great sound out of that. Moving over, I'm going to skip a few. I'm going to come to the British Blues. This is meant to sound like a Marshall Plexi, so we want to crank the middle and treble, especially since we're playing through a Plexi, and the drive. Now you might hear a little bit of noise in this when you turn up the overdrive in the pod, and the great thing is, since that's natural, it comes with a noise gate, so if you listen closely, you can hear that background noise go right away. Awesome sound there. Next, British Classic is more of a standard Marshall high gain sound. Nice. And then finally, the British high gain is your Marshall high gain sound. We're going to scoop this just a little bit. Nice. That's your British high gain. Next is the rectified, which is meant to sound like an American rectified high gain amp, such as a Mesa Boogie. And then finally, modern high gain, I think, is Line 6's own custom answer to the super overdriven rectified sounds. There. Not only do you have different amp heads, but you also have different amp cabinets as well as effects. So if I were to go back, for instance, and play through my British Classic, that would be like an older JMP sound. Sorry, that's a little loud. That's running through a standard 4x12 cabinet, but I used to play my old Mark 22 lead through a 4x10. So I am going to press the hold button down, and I'm going to go through a 4x10. A little bit of a tighter sound there. Moving back to the high gain, we of course want to be able to play with some effects. So there's your standard high gain sound. We're using the British high gain here. But we can add some other effects like tremolo, for instance. And the speed of your tremolo can be controlled by the tap tempo here. There you go. We have some chorus, a couple different choruses, a couple different flangers. If that's too much flange, you can always back it off. Nice. There's a great rotary sound on this. I'm going to go back to our black panel here for this. I'll leave a little bit of the grit, and I will also take out some of that scoop we had, bring up some of the mids. So there you go. Of course, you can get some great overdriven lead sounds out of it. I'm going to go back to the modern high gain. I've left the noise gate on. We're going to crank this, of course. I'll leave the mids up for the lead sound. And we'll put in a whole bunch more reverb and a bunch of delay. There it is. Lengthen that delay a little bit. Awesome. So, that's some of the sounds on the pod. Now, as you're going around and you find sounds that you like, let's go back to our black panel there. Oh, let's do the bassman, actually. You find sounds that you like, you want to, of course, save them. So, all you do take off that delay. Sorry about that. Here's our Fender bassman. We want to go ahead and save that. So I'm just going to hit save. Happens to be saving on channel B right now. Hit save. And now that should be saved. If I go to channel C and then back to B again. Yep, There we go. So that's saved to channel B. Sorry, my guitar's falling way out of tune. It's terribly humid here today in Arizona, and guitar's going out of tune pretty quick. Now we're going to go over to channel C, and let's say for channel C, I want to go back to my British Classic amp. I want some nice overdrive. I'm going to scoop it a little bit. That sounds good. Let's go ahead and hit save twice. That's my channel C sound. And then let's go to channel D, and I'm going to do that crazy lead sound. So I'm going to modern high gain. I'm going to bring my mids back in. I'm going to crank the reverb, and I am going to use delay and compression together because I want those leads to really sing. That sounds great. Hit save twice. I'm now saved to channel D. Ooh, that one is sensitive. So, there's my three sounds. Now I can use the pod live. I can have the floorboard, the FB4 at my feet, and switch between those three sounds effortlessly. You can either run this through an amp. It has a mode for sending it through an amp so that it doesn't emulate the cabinet sound. It only emulates the head, and then your amp actually makes up the sound of playing through a cabinet. Or there's a direct setting that's up here, and you can send it straight through a PA at the club or church or wherever you play, and it will sound like you're playing through an amp. So, here's our sounds. Nice thing is that when you're using the floorboard, your tap tempo of something like your delay is set now right at your feet. So if you want to tap your delay to go in time with your song, tap it really quick, give yourself a slap back. Whoops. Or super long soaring delay. That's it for the Line 6. Happy bidding.